Chinese Belt and Road kind of policy of investing around the world is to wait for countries to go bankrupt and then they take control of the ports, isn't it? So these are very serious imperial issues as the world, which was globalized, is now becoming factionalized.
Well, yes, it's ironic, isn't it, that globalization should have led, if you like, to this kind of outcome where we're now breaking apart into multipolar levels. Look, on the one hand, what you've said is absolutely correct. The Chinese in particular are looking to expand their influence wherever they can get an opportunity economically through the Belt and Road Initiative, buying up infrastructure, trying to put in loans at crazy prices in order to ultimately seize things when the countries concerned can't pay. And the Chinese will see an opportunity. If they see, for example, the Americans resiling from an area like the Biden administration was doing from the Middle East before recent events, they will try and step in and broker, as you say, a deal between, say, the Saudis and the Iranians, because they'll go, we're here, the Americans aren't. We're trying to show a position of power this way. And of course, the Chinese are watching more generally, aren't they? Because they're looking at what's happened in Russia, Ukraine, and what's happening in the Middle East today to determine just how far America in particular will go to defend the free world, because they do, of course, covet the return of Taiwan as they see it. And we've had a constant fear over the last year that there might be a conflict breaking out between China and Taiwan that could very easily bring the USA into it as well. And before you know it, you've then got conflicts all over different spheres of the world. And, you know, the opportunity then for a giant conflagration is increased just further.
Let's talk geopolitically here about China here, because its independent countries in the Far East have made a choice to be pro-Western, to be pro-American. The Philippines, Vietnam, South Korea, etc. Japan, of course. But there is one that isn't, and of course we talk about North Korea. But that is a positive, isn't it? The idea that those independent nations in that part of the world are very much part of the Western alliance rather than China. And that's not going to change, is it?
No, not at all. I mean, what's fascinating, as you just pointed out, is that China's neighbours, the countries, if you like, that know China the best, are terrified of China and its ambitions. And if you look at Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, and the others that you mentioned in consideration, they are mostly interested in stopping China's influence from expanding, because they're fully aware that the first people who China are likely to eat up are its neighbours. And as a result, they are very keen to preserve their own ways of life, their own freedoms in some cases, but in other cases, just how they are doing things, and not come under any further influence from China. And instead, indeed, to hitch their wagon, as many have done for many years, to the US security idea and the fact that the Pacific should be a free ocean, the Indian Ocean should be a free ocean, that people should be able to trade without fear of China kind of interfering and intervening in politics or economics. And that is why, if you like, that American model continues to appeal to China's neighbors, because they see the alternative and they're having none of it.